So here we go, everyone. This is pretty much Journey's End. This is the fantastic Clairwyn Dam. And a very pretty horse. I'm sure he gets lots of visitors. There you go. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this journey. That's the shot we all wanted. Thank you to this fantastic 2023 Honda Africa Twin DC2 ES. Been absolutely faultless, and it's been a really fantastic journey actually. Took a slight deviation from what I originally planned on Kalimoto and just took some different roads. Let's have a quick look over here, shall we? There's no cars or anything. Look at you. This is the famous dam where Richard Gere drove his, not Richard Gere, very different Richard Hammond drove the Land Rover down in Top Gear. This is exactly where he did it, and it's just a stunning sight, isn't it? So I thought this would be as good a place as any to call it the end of the tour, really. I'll keep the camera rolling until the battery dies, and we'll go back through some of the most stunning scenery this country has to offer, I think. So the weather has just started to cloud over. So the pictures might look a touch darker than I'd hoped to. On the way down through the valley, I've been just marvelling at the scenery. It's such a fantastic place, the Elan Valley. If you've got a bike, I implore you to come to the Elan Valley. It's very well signposted. It's easy to get to from the A44, which is the main sort of road across central Wales in some ways. And you've got a visitor centre here, you've got toilets and everything, you've got everything you could possibly want. Surprisingly, the big cafe that's at the top of the corner was just was closed. Not completely sure what's going on with that. Maybe it's just a touch too early in the season. Watch out for our little woolly friends. As you can see, I'm in gravel mode at the moment, and it's just so fantastically comfortable. Boinging around on a suspension, it's like a waterbed. It's just fantastic. And of all the things I've learned about this bike on this trip, we've covered just over 400 miles now. The one thing that continues to blow me away is this electronic suspension. It's just incredible, and it's everything that I wanted it to be. It's firm enough when you want to have a little bit of fun. It can be super boingy like it is at the moment. It can be anywhere in between. It's responsive. It's got loads of travel. It doesn't crash. It somehow achieves all of the isolation and provides feedback at the same time, which is a borderline impossible balance. So well done to the people at Showa that designed this suspension. And I was talking to a guy that's got a Triumph 1200, the new one, the GT Explorer, which has got the same suspension on it, and he said equally the same thing. And it was really interesting having a good chat with him. So if you are watching, my friend at Carmarthen Tesco's, thanks for the chat, I really enjoyed it. And he said that he was thinking about getting the ATAS as well, and in the end plumbed for the Triumph, mainly because of a better finance deal, which I understand. And equally wasn't regretting his choice. So for those of you that have got those Triumph 1200 GT Explorers, fantastic bike, well done. Comes very highly recommended. And as we come down through the valley now, you're going to come to a fantastic row of trees. And it kind of reminds me of my time in the States, when these sort of tree-lined valleys and unmarked roads were really, really common. And while the Elan Valley is lovely on a day like today, I would say it's borderline perfect riding weather now. It's 18 degrees according to the clocks, and barely a breath of wind. I should imagine in the middle of winter, you know, January, February time, it can be very hospitable up here. There's beautiful old buildings, look. And while the ATAS has been the absolute perfect companion for this trip, I implore you again to come to Wales on whatever bike you've got. You won't regret it. It's some of the best riding I've ever done when I've ridden many places around the world. Van life. Here comes the alley of trees I was talking about. It's very dark through here, so the camera might not pick it up perfectly, but it's just a stunning ride. One of the things that's kept me entertained on the less interesting parts of this ride is watching to secondary warning lights on this dash and watching what the spotlights and the headlights do, because it's obviously controlled by the light control unit, which is a good name for it. And you'll see now it's flipping between daylight running lights and conventional headlights, and this bike does nothing but continue to impress me with everything it does. It really couldn't be any more accommodating, I don't think. Well, I had initial reservations about buying the ATAS after my cross tourer, and one thing this trip has absolutely proved to me is that my decision was perfect. And is this the perfect motorcycle? Absolutely not. Is it one of the best options available for this sort of touring in Wales? I think it's hard to argue against it. It's got a ridiculous tank range. It's got all the electronics you could ever want that work. The Apple CarPlay through the wireless dongle thingy has been absolutely stable as a rock. It's been comfortable. Some people say the ATAS has got a hard seat. I did just about 8.5 hours on the bike yesterday, and probably by the time I get home more than that today. Yes, I agree the seat is firm, but that doesn't mean it's uncomfortable. And another great thing about the Africa Twin, be it ATAS or standard one, is the sound. It sounds absolutely brilliant, particularly on the downshifts. And if you use manual, you can get some fantastic little pops and bangs. So have I got what I wanted to out of this little tour of Wales? Absolutely. It's been really refreshing just to get away. And as I said before, I wasn't really getting away from anything, but sometimes it's nice just to get away and change the scenery. And I certainly feel much more, I don't know, settled, I guess, having scratched the touring itch. Sometimes there's nothing needed to be said, so I'm just going to let the camera roll here.